And we're becoming like them because we're behaving like them subconsciously without knowing.
The most successful people that I've seen, whether it's in business, whether it's in finance, whether it's in politics, they work in units.
You become your conversations. The sixth form of wealth, and the wealth money can't buy, and it's a form of wealth, is your community. You become your social circle. It's like, I don't know if you like good wine, but great wine comes down to a great terroir. The terroir is the surrounding, the ecosystem, the wind, the soil, the sun, etc. Well, as human beings, we become our terroir. And if we are around toxic people, if we are around people playing victim, if we are around people who stand for low standards, if we are around people who minimize the power of personal growth, we are around people who are takers, we will become the people we surround ourselves with. And we could get into the science of mirror neurons, which cause us to mimic our social circle. We could talk about emotional contagion, which is the scientific phenomenon of us adopting the dominant emotions of the people we are around. So those would be three things. A third thing is really clean out your social circle, get rid of the toxic people. I think you can change the world or be around negative people. You can't do both.
I somehow found these other like 4 lunatics. Three of us were college dropouts. One was a high school dropout. And one, I don't know, he just like quit his job. We were all super small YouTubers. And we basically talked every day for 1,000 days in a row and did nothing but just like hyper study, like what makes a good video, what makes a good thumbnail, what's good pacing, like how to go viral. And we would just call it like daily masterminds. We would just get on Skype every morning. And like some days, like I'd get on Skype at 7 a.m. and I'd be in the call until like 10 p.m. And then I'd go to bed, I'd wake up and I'd do it again. But like, you know, you mess up, you learn from your mistake, you mess up, you learn from your mistake. You in 2 years, you know, might have learned from 20 mistakes. Or if you have like 4 other people who are also messing up, and when they learn from the mistake, they teach you what they learn, stuff like that. Hypothetically, you 2 years down the road have learned like 5 times more of the amount of stuff. So it just like helps you grow exponentially way quicker.
Three types of relationships that every man should have. Every man should have a mentor, somebody that they look up to, somebody that they want to be like, somebody that empowers them to see the potential of who they could become. A peer, somebody that's your friend, somebody that you can confide in, that you can build a friendship, a business partner, a best friend. And then you have mentees, people that you pour into. It could be a younger sibling. It could be somebody that's in school that's a couple grades earlier than you are. And through this process, you have accountability from the top, from the middle, and from the bottom. So every man in their life should have 3 relationships: mentor, peers, and mentees.
Together. A relationship is when 2 people agree to grow together. A community is a group of people who agree to grow together. And what that means is, I will take myself on. I know you're taking yourself on. I'm going to ask you to help me, and I'm going to be there to help you. And if we get this right, community, corporate culture, friendship, romantic relationship, if we get this right, whether we stay in this relationship for a short term or a long term, whether it is successful or not, whether we actually end up hating the relationship or hating the job, one thing we can say for sure is if we agree to this, we will come out of this better versions of ourselves than when we went in. And so the success or failure of a relationship is not the point. Clearly, we want relationships to succeed. But if they don't, you better have gotten something out of it. And it goes full circle back to where we started, which is if you're going to go through shit, you might as well learn something.